What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Donkeyboy. And we're returning to the 2009 album Caught in a Life. Thank you again to Henri, and I've been very pleased and intrigued by this Norwegian band and their quality, having never heard anything about them, which I suppose isn't that crazy. You know, bands that come from places that aren't the US or the UK, I'm less likely to encounter, but they really do have a great sound, and I'm keen to hear more. In any case, we're getting near the end of the album, and the next song is We Can't Hide. So it sounds like the inability to avoid consequences or perspectives that are perhaps undesirable or even harmful, but which are the eventual or inevitable outcome of something that has already put into play, some process or action which makes them unavoidable. So yes, I suppose it could be literally about, physically, visibly hiding from someone or something, and yet I imagine this, even if that is the case, to play out on multiple levels. And it does seem like we're probably talking about consequences or ramifications of something that has been enacted or put into motion. So let's listen to it as I very carefully maneuver around Luca's pause here. This is Donkeyboy. The song is We Can't Hide, and I think it's the penultimate. Is it the second to last tune? Yes, it's the penultimate track on their 2009 album Caught in a Life.
Up and go, here we are. New day's here, but it won't get far. Another day, but it's all the same. Up and go, we can't hide. Another day without your smile. Another day, but it's all the same. Ask myself what went wrong. Stay with me now, 'cause maybe you'll see what you wanna see. This time there's nothing left to hide. And sometimes in life, regrets you'll find and hide. Wear a little broken heart for you. Thoughts of a better life were strong, too strong for me to take. Now that you ain't mine, regrets will haunt me down.
It's amazing. This is a really good tune, a great album, and I'm loving this band. Big shout out to Henry once again. Excuse me, but yeah, that's fantastic. It's one of my favorites so far, and I've said that on maybe like 4 or 5 of the tunes on the album. But really, I found it moving sonically. It's rich, it's dynamic, it's got different sounds, electronic as well as like natural instrument like string sounds. I love the way it goes from the chorus back into the verses. It's like it changes cabin pressure. There's a moment in the back half where it was doing that like closed off and then slowly opening up again sequence. The vocals very beautiful, and there's a range. He's sweeping, and then he goes very high. At the end there was like that vocoded like robotic rendering of some of the lines. Lyrically, I'll admit I don't really know what's happening here, but it does sound like he's talking about consequences. It sounds like there's pain or hurt, but he's saying like, what is it, I'll wear a little broken heart for you, or something like that. And then also like he's making a broader point, like sometimes in life you'll find, and it was something about like, I don't know if it's reaping what you sow, but it feels like it is again about consequences or outcomes that you can't hide from, or realities or perspectives you have to face. But yeah, it felt emotional. It felt like, again, interpersonal and very intimate for the narrator, but then he was also making a larger point. But yeah, from the vocals to the electronic sounds, the production and dynamic composition, to what I did catch of the poetic lines and themes, just a brilliant tune. Again, these guys, given that I've never really heard them before Henry brought them to my attention, I feel like they're notably underrated, and I haven't even finished one album. And yeah, just a really interesting band that I am keen to hear more of once we finish this album. One more track to go. And that does remind me, there's another Norwegian band that I started going through, Apop Tigma Berserk, but I haven't been back to them for a while, so I have to see if I can get back on that train. Nevertheless, from sounding like Keen to, maybe even having a bit of like inspiration from Aha, there's just something about this band that really hits me right. So looking forward to finishing this album. Let me know what you think of this tune, and I will see you next time. Peace.